Hello, my name is Adam Novak. I'm a 7th grade social studies teacher at Ruston Junior High in Lincoln Parish. As an educator, I am most passionate about forming great relationships with my students. I think that not only will students work harder for you if you stay positive with them and show them respect, I think it makes for a much more conducive learning environment. The content being taught is our 3rd unit. We're talking about early presidents, and the lesson objectives for this particular lesson, did we take George Washington's advice from his farewell address? Now, prior to this lesson, I was instructing the students on how to use a thinking triangle, which is just a way to break down primary and secondary sources. Works really well. You start at the top, work your way to the bottom using one word at the top, and finish up with 6 words at the bottom. I had different sources, excerpts from the farewell address, a political cartoon, a video, and a statistics sheet. The students have learned about George Washington and had some content on his presidency as well as his farewell address, but this station's activity that I used went into student-led learning, small group work, and class discussion. This lesson connects to my overall goals of continuing inquiry-based learning throughout my classes. The students in the class are generally pretty quiet. I've been trying to more and more get them out of their shells and get them working in groups better. It's a process, but they're coming along quite nicely. I hope y'all enjoy the lesson. Thank you. All right. Yesterday, we talked about George Washington's farewell address. What is the importance of Washington's farewell address? Somebody raise your hand and tell me. McGee.
His warning about political parties.
Okay, his warning about political parties. What else did he talk about in the farewell address? Spillers.
Get involved in foreign conflict.
No political parties, no foreign conflict, and there was one other major thing we looked at. Who can recall that? McGee.
How we have to stay in business with the North and South because we need each other.
We need each other economically between the North and South. Very good. Okay. So what we're going to look at today is the importance of Washington's farewell address. Does it still apply today? Did we follow George Washington's advice? Okay. So what I want you to do before we do anything else is underneath the directions on your first piece of paper on your packet, I want you to write whether you think that we fell in line with we took Washington's advice or we didn't take Washington's advice. Go ahead and do that. Did we or did we not take George Washington's advice? If you think we did, tell me why you think we did. If we didn't, tell me why you think we didn't. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Okay, that answer's for you. We're going to do something with it at the end of the lesson, okay? Look at your very back piece of paper now. This is what we're looking for today. This is what we're trying to figure out, okay? So, Smith, can you read the first box for me, please?
Compare and contrast Washington's advice in the 3 sections. Power is claimed regarding unity. Political parties and alliances similar. How are they different?
Okay. Claims against unity, political parties, and alliances. How are they similar? How are they different? Second box, who'd like to read for me? Canada.
Summarize the main idea of the farewell address as a whole. What is the main idea in 1 to 2 sentences?
1 to 2 sentences. Your thinking triangles will be able to help you out with all this stuff. And then last box, Clark.
Using your summary sentences from the thinking triangle of each source, answer the following prompt. Identify and describe 2 ways that Washington's farewell address is important.
Okay, so those are the 3 questions that we're looking to answer by the end of class, okay? If you look at your stations, they're color coordinated, all right? Your peachy orange piece of paper right here goes with the political cartoon where Mr. Clark is. Next, you've got your hot pink papers. Now, that source has 2 different excerpts on it from Washington's farewell address. The hot pink will go with the top excerpt, and the light pink will go with the bottom excerpt, okay? And you have a thinking triangle for both of those stations. Next we have the purple. We set that up on this station back here. There's only 1 excerpt there. You've got a couple of questions and a thinking triangle to go along with that station. And then the blue station, the statistics, you've got a thinking triangle that goes along with that, okay? And then you've got your analysis page at the end. There is no thinking triangle or questions for the video. That's purely a content station, okay? All right, you'll have 6 minutes per station. Does anyone have any questions before we get started? All right, station 1, go ahead and start.
Who or what does this source represent? First of all, we have to write the source. I thought political cartoon had cartoon. Says that he uses like the North and the South work together to benefit each other, because the South uses agriculture and the North manufactures. The South and the North work together to benefit each other. The North gains from the South's agriculture, and the South gains from the North's manufacturing.
United States, because this is provided from this source, main idea for words. The United States.
The South.
How is evidence provided from this source?
Okay, so we're circling the correct answer on this one. President Washington thought that forming alliances with foreign nations was A, something the U.S. should do, B, something the U.S. shouldn't do. Okay, now, what does Washington provide as evidence in support of his claims?
We could write today. How is evidence provided?
How our government works, and it has to do with the people a lot
month, so we need to fit that into 5
The way I
words.
explained it, anybody might know. You ever get that text message and you see the name pop up and you're like, oh, here comes the drama. You know what I'm talking about?
Because they have to deal with that all day.
Okay.
You should
Imagine you
more
get,
than just
okay, you see that friend walking towards you, you know they always got something
place
going on.
and
Okay, here comes that person.
our like
Always
republic
got
and how the
that's
people
yours. Okay.
vote in the government with the political
Okay,
parties.
so if you're kind of with drama going on, we don't want to be a part of all that, right? What do we want to be involved with the earth about? Say it again. The economics, right? A lot of money to be made over there, which would be good for our country. Okay? So think about that as you're filling in. You think you're trying to read what you wrote and then tell me if you agree with what you wrote or if you changed your mind. Did we follow Washington's advice? Do you still agree with what you thought initially, or did you change your mind after examining the sources, looking at the political cartoon, looking at the statistics, reading the text, watching the video? Spillers, do you still agree with what you initially thought?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. Why?
Because we did not follow Washington's advice, but we participated in political parties and got involved in some foreign conflicts that we could have avoided if we listened to his farewell address.
Okay. So we didn't listen to what he said. We got involved with political parties and we got involved in foreign conflicts. Okay. Who has something different that they'd like to share? Well, after going through that lesson with the students, I do believe that the objectives were met. They were able to come up with their answer to the question, did we follow George Washington's advice in his farewell address? Next time, I might split the groups differently. Unfortunately, some of my higher end students were out for the lesson, so I think that had an impact on how effective it was and how much interaction there was with the students. After teaching that particular lesson, we will move on to John Adams and Thomas Jefferson, talk about the Louisiana Purchase. We will get to the Monroe Doctrine and we will reference this lesson when talking about foreign policy with the Monroe Doctrine. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Thank you.